Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Merry Christmas. Welcome to the 100 Fantasy Football channel. If we are just meeting for the first time, my name is Ivan Herrera. I'm doing something very special. I'm going live on YouTube while going live on Instagram. So hello to my Instagram audience. Hello to my YouTube audience. So I'm doing something a little different just because, number one, it's Christmas. And number two, I haven't been live in a while. So I figured why not do a concurrent live while going live on two different social media platforms. But okay, if you are on Instagram, go over to my YouTube channel. Link is in the bio. If you're watching live right now on YouTube, be sure to hit that like button. It definitely helps out with the algorithm. And be sure to also hit that subscribe button so that way you can be notified whenever I go live or whenever I upload a video. And the mission and purpose of this channel is to bring purposeful community to fantasy football. But let me go quickly say what's up to the family over on IG. What's up, Jordan? What's up, Owen? What's up, Miss Katharina? What up, Eileen? I see you. What up, everyone else that's there? I probably didn't say hello to just yet. But here's what we're going to go do right now is we're going to go over some of the key matchups, some of the key players that you need to be starting right now. And I'm going to actually cut the live stream right now on Instagram. So everyone that's on there right now, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Okay, sorry for that. Just wanted to do something a little bit different just to kind of add some little energy because I was feeling a little bit low because it's kind of like gloomy right now over here in SoCal. I did see my guy Luke Games right now on here. So what's up, Luke? Pray you're having a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. So right now what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go over some brief strategies on what I do for playoffs as well as for keepers. And then we're going to go over the players that I think should be starting in your lineups for week 16. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly go over and get into it right now. So let's go ahead and get over to some of the players I am a huge fan of going into week 16. And that first one is going to be James Robinson out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. My wife's over here in the background as I'm doing this thing right now. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, James Robinson. So I'm going with James Robinson because, number one, Laviska Shenault is out. And I know that you're thinking, okay, that's a wide receiver. Why would that affect a running back? Well, it's because Laviska Shenault is utilized in so many different ways in that Jacksonville offense. So I think it'd be great to see now James Robinson getting the full reins with no other players that could potentially take any touches away from him in the backfield. So with that, they're also going up against the New York Jets. The New York Jets are the worst defense in fantasy football when it comes to defending the running back. And in the games where James Robinson has gotten 15 touches or more, he's averaged 19.7 points in those games. And I think that that's the kind of matchup and the kind of game that you should expect to get out of him going into this matchup. And I just think it's going to be a phenomenal play. And the same thing goes for the next player, which is going to be Justin Jackson. Austin Ekeler unfortunately had to announce that he's going to be out on Instagram because he's currently having COVID right now. And the thing is, he didn't unfortunately have a negative test to play for Sunday, so his backup Justin Jackson is going to be the one that'll be getting all the touches. And Houston is one of the defenses that is absolutely in the bottom when it comes to defending running backs as well. They just went up against James Robinson in week 15 and he gave them 17.8 points in fantasy. And with that, I believe that you're going to expect to see more of the same with Justin Jackson getting all those touches in that volume as well. And the last player is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown from the Detroit Lions. He was one of my favorite players going into the 2021 season as a player that would be under the radar. And now that the season has gone on and Detroit is starting to utilize him, you're seeing the skill set really showcase itself. And also helps out that he has a terrible matchup. So he's going up against, rather he has a great matchup going up against a terrible team in the Atlanta Falcons. They are in the bottom four going up against wide receivers in fantasy football, and in the last 7 games where he's had 6 targets or more, he's averaged 14.7 points per game. And on top of that, in the last 3 games, he's had at least 11 targets or more, averaging 21.2 points per game, making him wide receiver 3 during that span. So I believe that these are some players that are probably not the most popular outside of James Robinson to be on lineups, but if you're in a pinch, you're looking for some players that can make a huge impact during the playoffs. These guys are the ones that I believe will truly make an impact and will help you propel into the next round, which is crazy because now the fantasy season is essentially coming to an end, which is quite the bummer because I love this game so much, and that trophy back there is not going to be mine this season because I lost. I got eliminated, so I'm kind of bummed out. But we're looking forward to the future, and by being in a keeper league, this is a great segue to look into the future of what you should do if you are in a keeper league and you're looking, okay, I'm already out, what can I do? So here's the thing that I in the league that I run, keepers essentially now are up for grabs, whether they're waivers, whether you can make trades. The trade deadline has already passed, so what I'm doing now, being that I'm still in the toilet bowl of my draft, or rather of my league, I can still be a part of waivers, but once our teams are eliminated, you can no longer be active in waivers. So I'm always mindful of what are some of the players that are being dropped. I look for the players that were activated to be out for the entire season. So for example, Cam Akers, he was someone that was out for the entire season. Travis Etienne, players like that were ruled out earlier in the offseason because of some significant injury. Look to see if they're available on your waiver wire and see if you can stash them and keep them for the following season. And one thing too that I would always be very mindful of is see what do you think their ADP is going to be going into the following year. So for example, someone like I just mentioned, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he was someone that was drafted extremely late. If he's still available for whatever reason under your waiver wire and you're in a keeper league, stash him so that way you can potentially keep him for some great value going into the following year. Another thing that I would recommend as well, just like I said, is look to see what other players are being dropped, because the thing is, it's very easy, very common to see some of these players just left there in the waiver wire going completely unnoticed. So be sure to keep an eye on that, because that'll make a huge significant impact going into the off season and you going into the following season into your draft. Now the last thing that I wanted to cover is going to be how do you now play defense per se in the fantasy playoffs. So for example, I'm in two playoffs right now, and in one league, Austin Eckler, unfortunately, I don't have him. He obviously went out. So I quickly went to scan to see if his backup, which is Justin Jackson, is actually available, and turns out he is. Only thing is, I don't need Justin Jackson, but that's obviously the main benefit of what I'm doing. I'm now playing defense because my opponent, who is a little bit shallow at the running back position, does need a running back, but I'm now able to pick him up. So then that way I can negate him from having some kind of strategy to beat me. So I'm always mindful of what are some of the things that I can do to help negate my opponent from having an edge over me. So those are some things that I would recommend for you to do as far as playing defense when it comes to fantasy football in the playoffs. So that's basically it. I just wanted to get on here because I haven't been able to do a live stream. It's been a very busy a couple weeks for my family and I, and of course it's Christmas. So I just wanted to get on here to give you guys something really quick, something that would hopefully help you out going into week 16. And if you're in the playoffs, best of luck. And of course, if you're watching this, Merry Christmas. I pray you all have a wonderful, special day with your loved ones. And as always, keep it 100. Oh wait, if you made it to the very end of this video, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and be sure to check out some other